So this center, that is what we call the Swadhisthana center, is a center that gives you your future energy, to think of your future, your planning, which gives you energy to bring forth the manifestation of the physical labor or physical exercise or physical work. This poor center has to work for one work, to convert the fat for the use of the brain. Now, if one center which has to do many other things starts doing only one work, all other things are neglected. As a result of that, you develop problems because it has to cater to your liver, to your pancreas, to your kidneys, to your spleen. And once it goes into action for one channelized work, it gets programmed for it. And then it cannot take care of these things. That's how you develop a bad liver. You develop a diabetes, kidney trouble, blood pressures. Now Sahaja Yoga can cure all these troubles. It's only physical. But it can cure even physical troubles, because if this center is brought to its normal behavior, if it is made to behave in a very normal way, you can easily cure all such diseases which come out of your overactivity, overthinking, over-imaginativeness. It's a very dangerous thing to always think about the future. For example, now we are here sitting down, we should be comfortably sitting down and talking to each other. Instead of that, now we are thinking, what am I going to go do tomorrow, or what am I going to do when I go home, how am I going to cook, what am I going to eat, or how I am going to take my train. All these futuristic behaviors lead you to a very funny personality. The only thing that can work it out is the awakening of the Kundalini. When the Kundalini awakens itself, she makes the center enlighten, and the center itself resumes its normal shape, its normal behavior, and its normal condition. Apart from that, it has got a dynamic power or manifestation that this center which looks after our attention becomes enlightened, and our attention becomes enlightened, and the attention which is enlightened becomes dynamic. In the sense now, sitting down here, you can pay attention to anyone, just pay attention. You don't have to do anything. Just pay attention to that person, and you can find out on your fingertips what's the matter with the person. Christ has said, your hands will speak. That's the time has come. These hands, which look so simple, but they are so intricate and so intricately built that the nerve endings are so microscopic that we cannot understand how much they can tell us, how far they can go. When the awakening takes place, you start feeling the vibrations around you, the all-pervading power which you have never felt before, through these fingertips which we neglect, we misuse them, we use them for wrong things. These fingertips themselves get enlightened, and you start feeling them. That's what I said, that you have to get your awareness which is enlightened. It's the awareness which has to manifest. And that's how you start feeling them on your fingers. It's wrong here, it's wrong there. You can see where is the problem. Now all these are related to your centers. These are 5, 6 and 7. 7 on the left and 7 on the right. So this is about your emotional side, and this is about your right. About your physical and your rational, or you can say mental side. So you can make out a person how he is by Just knowing whether you are getting heat from that person, whether you are getting burning from that person, whether they are getting numb, whether they are becoming heavy. And a rapport is established with the all-pervading power which informs you, get the messages. And the messages are so correct that even if you have 10 children who are realized souls, there are many children these days are born as realized souls. We don't understand children these days, but these days they are great children and they are born today because the time has come. And these children, if you tie them up and their eyes and ask them about a person who is sitting facing them, what's the problem with this person? They will all raise the same finger. Now, children, you cannot be fooled. They all tell you the same thing, that this is what is happening. So your awareness is enlightened, and your hands, which have got the sympathetic endings here, tell you. We can say that now, in our central nervous system, we can feel about others and about ourselves. Unless and until you assume these powers, you are still uncertain, but you have got them. And this is the point which is very difficult with the Western mind, especially because they cannot believe that they can have these powers. They just can't believe it. You tell them, but they say, how can that be? But it is so. Now, for example, this instrument, if you take it to a village and tell them that this will carry your voices around, or if you take a television set and tell them that you can see all kinds of cinemas, or we can say a drama and play or music out of this, he's not going to believe. He'll say, this box, this looks like an ordinary wooden box. But when you plug in, it shows its power. In the same way, what you look at human beings as something very, very ordinary, mundane thing, for us we take it for granted ourselves. We don't know how glorified we are, how great we are, how God has created us with such difficulty, with such care, with such love, for a very special purpose, that He wants to bestow all His powers upon you. He wants you to enter into the kingdom of God and to enjoy His blessings, His love. It is something that we cannot believe. We are so frustrated, we are so disgusted with ourselves, with our societies, with everything. But it's not so. It's not so. It just has to happen. You are just to be plugged in to the mains, and it works, and it works. It has worked. It has worked with thousands, and it should work with you. But the absurd ideas people have, which is the conception they have, that you can pay for it. I mean, how can you pay for anything that is living? Have you ever paid anything for that is living? Like, have you paid anything for getting a fruit out of a flower? Can you pay to the flower, all right, I give you £1, give me a fruit. Will it work out? It's that absurd that you cannot pay for the living God. You cannot pay for the living experience, and you cannot pay for the evolutionary process. It is spontaneous. It is within ourselves. It works out.